left to go but up.
What's going on YouTube? Dannydecks here, and we are back with another Legends of Runeterra video. So today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of the ladies and all of the guys. Make sure you go and wish your mother a happy Mother's Day. You know, she raised you and put up with you, and God knows what that could have been like. I went and visited my mother today, had lunch with her, brought the baby, gave my wife some time to herself so she could just chill. You know, she hasn't had much time to rest. She's been doing baby stuff nonstop. He loves her. So yeah, you know, Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Now, today, before I start playing, I want to go on a mini rant. And essentially, I haven't posted a video since the patch, maybe like just one after the patch. I'm not a huge fan of the direction that this patch has taken the game. The game kind of toots itself as this super interactive game, but when you compare it to like something like Magic the Gathering, which I'm going to use that example just because I have played Magic for many, many years. I love Magic. It really can't hold a candle to it. Basically, in Magic, you can interact with literally every single thing. Play a unit, you can interact with it. Battle cries, you can interact with it. Spells on the stack, there's no burst speed, everything's interactable. So in comparison to that, this game kind of has no interaction if you compare them. However, the game is very good. I just think that this patch made it a little bit worse. What do I mean by that? I think that they've reduced the amount of interaction by having the play and cast thingy merged into one. What does that mean? That means cards like Ezreal that used to have some sort of counterplay, like Ezreal puts a bunch of shit on the stack, you can just heal before it goes off, or you can kill Ezreal to prevent it from happening. No longer a thing. The second he plays that card, it shoots. So there's no interaction with Ezreal. Lux, Heimendinger, these cards all have the same thing. You can't prevent them from making lasers or turrets. Now, in the case of Heimer and Lux, I mean, Ezreal can always play burst speed spells, but they only hit for 1, as opposed to Mystic Shot, which will now deal 3 instantly, and so on. Heimer and Lux, they could always create a burst speed laser or turret, yes, but they were limited to their deck building due to that, right? Like, the reason you play Flash of Brilliance with Heimer is because you get that burst speed turret and they can't interact with it. You know, which now is really not a thing. The deck building limitations on those cards is pretty much non-existent. You just play a bunch of spells, and the second you cast them, you get your reward, and I think that's a little bit whack. Not a huge fan. Are those cards OP at the moment? No. Ezreal probably, but the other two, or however many that it changed, it's not really about are they OP or not. I think it's more about the general direction that the interaction of the game is going, and I don't really like it. I like interaction. I like having to think. I like all that stuff. Facing down an Ezreal and knowing that if he just casts a bunch of shit on the stack, I have absolutely no way to win and I just lose on the spot. It's lame. Like, there's no play around to it. There's no healing before it kills you. There's no math. There's no nothing. It's just like, he's got it, you're dead. The game feels a lot more like Hearthstone. The other thing that hasn't really been addressed is OTKs. There's still cheesy-ass OTKs. Riven, Fizz, stuff like that. It still exists, and it still happens, and it's still obnoxious. I think, personally, Fizz is the biggest culprit of this. Now, it might not be totally meta, but the problem with a card like Fizz is at 1 mana, his ability is way too strong. That's how I feel about it. So Fizz, yeah, you know, he's not like OP or the best deck in the game or anything. Like, of course not. It just limits design space so heavily because it is impossible to kill Fizz in the right deck. Like, the only like removal you realistically can have on Fizz is a challenger, which there's ways that he can just stop your challenger from getting you, or a board wipe, right? Like AoE. If you don't have any of those, which he can still technically play around, it's pretty much impossible to remove Fizz, which means they can just pile a whole bunch of shit on Fizz, give him double strike, and then he kills you in 1 turn. I don't like that kind of gameplay. That's my opinion. I am totally fine with OTK decks, which I'm actually going to be showing you guys an OTK deck today that I've been working on. Having a lot of fun with it. The difference between the two is the one that I'm playing that I think is cool and alright requires you to set up. Fizz and a lot of other OTK decks don't require any setup. You play Fizz, you put shit on him, and then he kills you. Like, it's lame. Anyways, that out of the way, I wanted to get my daily rant in. Today we are going to be playing some Nightfall. I am calling this deck Nightmares, and this deck is going to center around Nocturne. Now, Nightfall is nothing particularly new. However, Nocturne did get a pretty nice buff. When Nocturne levels up now, where is it? When you summon. So this used to be play. Essentially, what would happen is Nocturne's effect would only trigger when you played a unit. Now it's anytime it's summoned. What does this mean? This means it now synergizes with Vile Feast, and more importantly, the Harrowing. I'll get over the combo and how the deck works in a moment. So basically, Nocturne, I'll actually explain the weaknesses as well. So Nocturne has to attack 5 times, or like you've attacked with 5 Nightfall allies, and then you flip Nocturne. Flipped Nocturne is absolutely devastating. He grants an enemy vulnerable, blah blah blah, it doesn't matter. What he also does is he gives all allies fearsome, and every time you summon a unit, he gives all enemy units -1 attack. So, if you have a Nocturne and 5 other dead allies, and you play Harrowing, you're going to reduce the entire enemy board -5 attack. Which means, unless they have 8 attack, they can't block you. That also means your entire board is now fearsome, and that's with 1 Nocturne. If you had 2 Nocturnes die in the game, then it's like -9 or something. I don't know, math not good. But nonetheless, basically you play Harrowing if you've had a Nocturne die that's leveled, and they can't block and you kill them. Amazing. Very good change for Nocturne. I'll go over the weaknesses really quickly before I get into the concept of the deck and how it works. So, my major flaw with Nocturne, I think this deck could be very powerful tier 1 Mono Shurima status pre-patch. If Nocturne had his level up requirement reduced by 1. That is the one thing that's holding this deck back. There's maybe, like, you could technically do a second thing, which is create another Nightfall unit that is good. The problem with the Nightfall units is they're not good. And we'll go over all of them, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They're not good units. They technically have like this ability attached to them, and there's these prerequisites, but overall they're just not the best units, which is a huge crutch for the archetype. So if Nocturne could attack with 4 units instead of 5 to level up, this would make the card so freaking strong. A lot of games, I have my Nocturne at 4 out of 5, and I'm just like 1 unit away from winning the game. And the deck kind of has these spots where whenever you lose with it, it's not a blowout. It's like 1 more turn and I had him. I'm so close and I almost had him. So I think that with a slight buff, either a really good Nightfall unit or Nocturne's level up requirement going down by 1, this will be an extremely powerful deck. Now, the thing about this deck is people are expecting you to play a standard Nightfall game plan, which is just Zug aggro. And just, go face, herp, derp, I'm playing Nightfall. That's not quite what we're doing here. The way to counter this deck realistically is don't ever let us attack with a Nightfall unit. A second we play a Nightfall unit, if you have removal, use it, and basically prevent us from leveling Nocturne. If you prevent us from leveling Nocturne, we're going to have a much harder time winning the game. Most people don't realize that, and they just treat it as an aggro deck, meaning that they will let you attack, take blocks, and do all this stuff, but all we really need to do is trigger the attack. As for Nightfall units, Stygian Onlooker, this is a pretty decent 1-drop, honestly. It turns into a 4/1 fearsome. As I was saying, Nightfall units aren't the most powerful thing, so this unit is very easy to kill, and getting multiple attacks in it is pretty tough. Diana, she is a very good Nightfall unit. This is one of the few exceptions. So Diana's good. She's solid. We're not playing to level up Diana. We're playing to level up Nocturne. Diana will just come passively, but it is not our priority. Our priority is Nocturne. Lunari Shadestalker. This is kind of an example. This unit is good in the deck because it can attack multiple times in order to trigger our Nocturne, right? Realistically, it's not a good unit. Like, this is not a very powerful unit. We need to trigger the Nightfall in order for it to be able to attack multiple times. And the last Nightfall unit we have, aside from Nocturne himself, is Doombeast. And as you can see, Doombeast is a terrible card to attack with. It's a 3/2. for 3. This card just gets traded up by 1-drops. It is what it is. The effect on it makes it worth playing, but realistically, most of the Nightfall cards are just not good units to attack with, right? It's their other ability that makes them strong, and yada, yada, yada. So that's kind of where we're at with that. As I said, the game plan is we want to attack with 5 things, play the Harrowing, and game over. We are a combo deck and not a control deck. Or sorry, we're a combo deck and not really an aggro deck. Any chip damage we get will be helpful, sure. Now, we're running 3 Fading Memories. This is going to help us not only trigger our Nightfall, but it's going to get us stuff like our Owl, our Lunaries, whatever that we need at the time. This will generate us extra copies of stuff if we Harrowing, so something like our Frenzied Skitterer here. We can use it on that if we would like, and we can get extra one of those, which is just good. But ideally, you're going to use it on something like an Onlooker, and you just get additional units to attack with and progress Nocturne faster while triggering Nightfall. Duskbringer, this is just a 1-drop. We do need to stay on the board and survive. This also doubles as giving us a Dusk Petal Rose, or whatever this is called. Dusk Petal Dust. Weird. The cool thing to know about this is you can cast this with spell mana, and it will reduce your next unit. So essentially, you could play like a Nocturne on turn 3, right? If you had 1 mana banked and the Rose, you could play the Rose for your spell mana, and then you could play Nocturne with the 3 remaining mana. Pretty cool interaction. 3 copies of Diana, as I said. So Diana is actually kind of removal in her sense, and she's like a card they want to remove. Diana can often attack multiple times due to Quick Attack and Challenger, and her champion spells Pale Cascade, which is very nice. So Diana fits perfectly. She is a Nightfall card, after all, so running her. Glimpse Beyond. Now, we're running 3 copies of Glimpse Beyond because we are a combo deck, right? We are looking to draw cards and get to our combo pieces, and this will just help us secure that. The opponent doesn't know that. If this deck became super meta, then they would know, but they don't. They think we're just a cheesy aggro deck. So we can get them with stuff like Glimpse Beyond, draw further into our deck, and allow us to put together our combo. Shadestalker, we talked about it. She gets elusive, she attacks a bunch of times, and she lets us trigger Nocturne. Pale Cascade. This is, in the same vein, this is going to let us combat trick. It will keep the opponent occupied while drawing us a card and triggering Nightfall for Diana. Just an overall solid card. I really like Pale Cascade, and in Magic we would call a card like this a cantrip. It's essentially a card that will replace itself, so it's a +1/+1 on a cantrip. Pretty damn good. Vile Feast. So originally I was actually running Goat. What the heck is he called? I'm just going to find him real quick. Where are you, Goat? Mountain Goat. So originally I was running Mountain Goat as instead of Vile Feast because he generates you the gem, which lets you trigger Nightfall and all that, and he's a body and people think he's dangerous. I just found that Goat really, I didn't need him. Vile Feast can trigger Nightfall the same way that Goat can, and it also synergizes with Nocturne. If you have a leveled up Nocturne on the board, heals you, gives you a unit, buys time, right? We're not looking to kill people through aggro, we're looking to combo them once again, so Vile Feast fits better in that regard. Doombeast. You can play a bunch of Doombeasts and drain the opponent's Nexus. Good stuff, and he's also a Nightfall unit, so we're just going to play him. Frenzied Skitterer. This card is not a Nightfall card, but this card synergizes amazingly well with our deck. Play Frenzied Skitterer, reduce the attack power of the enemy, and get to attack in with Fearsomes. When you Harrowing, your Frenzied Skitterers actually work with Nocturne as well, so you're going to reduce their attack further. I've had games where I've had people at -14 attack after a Harrowing, and it's just ridiculous. It doesn't matter. You play Feel the Rush all you want, your 10/10 is like at -4 when this shit comes out. It's crazy. Stalking Shadows. So Stalking Shadows is going to allow us to dig for more Nightfall cards and create copies of them. The name of the game here, 5 Nightfall units attack so that we can level up Nocturne. And this is going to help us do that, along with also triggering Nightfall if we've banked mana. Nocturne, he's Nocturne. Vengeance. So we're running 2 copies of Vengeance. The reason for the Vengeance is because we are not, once again, a aggro deck. We are a combo deck, and this is going to help us survive. There's a lot of weird stuff like Udyr that just gets absolutely massive out there, and, OTKs, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the unit is, if it's a big boy that needs to get put down, we run 2 Vengeances, we put him down. Last card in the list, the Harrowing. So the Harrowing, as I said, this is the cornerstone of the deck. The faster we can get a Nocturne to die and also level up, the faster we can play Harrowing. Harrowing will only get stronger the more that we play it in this deck. If we play a second one, it's pretty much lights out. Normally one will do the job, but if we get to a second one, it is over. Because then we are going to summon multiple Nocturnes, and multiple Nocturnes stack, right? So you'll have the first Nocturne comes, and then the second one, and then every unit after that is worth -2. If you had 3 Nocturnes there, then it's -3, and it gets out of control. Not to mention, it's much harder to stop, right? Like, if you play Harrowing and you only have 1 Nocturne, they could technically just kill the Nocturne. They're still going to take unfavorable trades regardless, but the second you have, if you've played a second Harrowing or you have 2 Nocturnes that have died, it's a wrap. It's over. So that's the whole deck. I really enjoyed it. It's lots of fun. Be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let's get into the games. All right, Aphelios and Zoe. So this might be a bad matchup due to the fact that he potentially has Deny. However, it doesn't matter. We'll just play according to plan anyways and hope we can get around it. Not a bad start. I think I will start out with the Stygian Onlooker. The reason here is I can potentially actually get 2 attacks out of this if I play it on 1, which is very nice. Getting a second attack out of this card will be very nice. Very, very nice. And it's going to happen. Wonderful. Alright, we'll play Petal Lady. I highly doubt he attacks with that. Yeah, I wouldn't attack with that either. Ooh, a Doombeast. Okay.
Temperamental as moonlight.
And we'll trigger the Doombeast. Now, I will attack with Doombeast just because I'm progressing Nocturne, right? Like, I'm not looking to take good trades here. I'm looking to push Nocturne. That's what we're going to do. Most likely going to play Stalking Shadows next turn. I'll have 2 mana. Hopefully I hit a 2 mana card. But we'll see. Alright, we got Nocturne at 3 now. Yeah, I would imagine he's going to take good trades. That's a smart block. He's going to prevent me from getting a 3rd trigger off that. Very nice. We do have 2 Vengeance. I don't really know what he's up to, but at least we have stuff to stop him currently. Another Goat. Highly doubt he attacks with Goat, so we will just... I actually like her. Yeah, this is probably better. Alright, cool. So we should be able to play this one. Hopefully it doesn't die. This means we'll be able to level up our Nocturne next turn. Okay, a little bit annoying, sure. Sure. We'll probably go Skitterer into other Lunari. That's 5. Ooh, that's pretty good, actually. This is probably better, I think. I think this will be better. It'll force a Pale Cascade here. A deny. Oh my god, this guy denied that. Ew. Okay, that is a terrible deny. But this is kind of what I'm talking about when I was saying that people play it. People just assume I'm an aggro deck, right? So they're going to play against me as if I'm an aggro deck. Which means they're going to use deny on some dumb shit like that. Well, that's not a good deny, obviously. We know that now if we just draw Harrowing, he's in a whole world of hurt. And he's likely going to block with Zoe now. Is he really going to? No way. Nope. Cool.
We will be free.
Alright, works for me. I would like to play Pale Cascade. I do want to draw through my deck, so I'll probably just go Skitterer. Maybe Skitterer into Pale Cascade. See what's up. If he attacks with this, I'll actually just Pale Cascade and block it. That would be nice. We'll have to see what he's up to. Nope, he's going to pass. So does this mean I play Doombeast? I don't think I do. Diana is a wonderful card to draw.
The act of heresy is an act of passion.
It's going to let us really put some pressure on him here. He's already at 10 HP. It's unlikely that he's close to death because he is playing Targon Invoke, so he definitely has Star Shaping and stuff like that. He has played 1 Deny. I think that that's a big deal. So, gonna have a hard time really doing a whole lot here. This is the way to go.
Find your path in the dark and follow no false light.
I think this is the smarter play. See what he does. See if he passes, that's fine. I had a feeling he would do something like that. And I'm totally fine with this, actually. So I'm going to swing with everything, and I'll Pale Cascade to kill this.
For truth.
This is Zoe at. Zoe's only at 2.
Reconsider.
Yeah, so I'm going to Pale Cascade. He's going to have to Pale Cascade over top. Not too concerned about that, honestly. The whole goal here now is to just draw through my deck. Alright. Let's see if he goes for a Pale Cascade, and if he does, then I'm going to Vile Feast something. Nope. Alright.
My journey
Cool.
ends.
So he's likely going to play this on this. In response, I'll actually just try to kill Zoe. He seems overly concerned with my Diana. There's the Pale Cascade. Be a deny, please. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Okay. Now if we draw Harrowing, we pretty much win. Because that's 2 denies down. The odds of him having a third in hand are like super low. There's Harrowing. Good game.
The light of my star warms the heavens.
Just Vengeance this. Say see you later. And then we can play Harrowing next
Don't
turn.
leave. It is time.
Fear not death.
I actually take this trade. The reason being, my Harrowing's not going to be particularly strong. And this is going to make it so that this card can die to it. That's all. Frenzied Skitterer is nice. Yeah, much better. That's decent. Cool. Yep, got him. That's how we do it. I bet he wished he didn't deny those 2 frickin' Vile Feasts. What a joke. Holy cow.
We speak, and they will hear us.
Okay, so Fizz Aphelios. This is a cheesy OTK deck. Now, in order to prevent this, I am going to need this card. Harrowing's very good, but I need to get the whole combo going. So this is going to help me stop Fizz from just killing me. I need to hold on to that unit. Does he have it on turn 1? Of course he does, but he won't be able to attack with it, and I definitely doubt he will attack with it. I think in a situation like this, I actually play Dusk Petal Lady.
Once.
And I'll just swing in for 4. He's probably going to just buff this thing. Sure. Doesn't matter. He can block all he wants. He's actually going to block that. Whoa. Whoa, that is weird. I guess he thinks I'm playing aggro, right? Which is always in my favor when they expect me to play aggro. Nocturne is a wonderful draw. Now the question here is, I want to kill this stupid thing. So I probably want to do it with this guy. And then I can play Nocturne next turn and swing in with the Doombeast on that card. How effective will it be? Not sure.
Got the book. Let's start our search.
Okay. Sure, I doubt he attacks. Yeah, there's no way he attacks. Alright, this means I can now play the Nocturne. And I kind of don't like this card, actually. So we're going to kill it. Alrighty, that doesn't really matter a whole lot. I will trade my Nocturne for that. So
If I were a magician, where
that
would I
works.
go?
Ooh, that's tricky. What are the odds he has an additional buff, right? Like Pale Cascade is most likely coming down. I think it doesn't matter. I think the plan is still... the plan is the plan. We progress Nocturne. If he wants to block with this and Pale Cascade, then so be it.
No more dirt.
Yeah, there it is. Pale Cascade. No Pale Cascade. Alright, so he's looking to draw a 3 or less spell with this dude. No biggie. I could technically just Vengeance it next turn. I will just Vengeance it next turn because he's going to try to open attack. And that's totally fine with me. Question is, does he run the power of friendship? We'll see.
Check the book.
Alright. Friendship or no friendship, my friend? No friendship. Cool. Works well for me. I'm happy with that. I have 2 more. It's not enough. Alright. Let's generate some random shit. Typical. Question here is, I have 6, so I could technically play all 3 of these. Which I think I will. I'll play all 3. Super annoying, but it is what it is. Ooh, a Doombeast. That could work. So he's likely to attach the Rainbow Fish onto this, I would imagine. That will put it at 4. Cool. So I actually want to protect this. There's a Diana. Diana's very good. Alright, now we can swing in. And that puts Nocturne at what? 3? Whoa, dude. Nice top deck. Alright. No biggie. We did get the attack off. The crappy part is he can play this for 2. That's actually not a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Oh god, he's gonna get a freaking Papercraft Dragon. I can already see it. I can already see it happening. Papercraft Dragon. No, just go super wide. Alright, we need to hit our Harrowing now, and we're pretty much game over if we hit Harrowing. So Rainbow Fish, alright, to be expected.
They tried to blind me with
So I'm assuming he has Papercraft Dragon, and that's why he's doing the goodbye wave. But it doesn't, like, how does Papercraft Dragon really do that? He can't. Okay, that does nothing. Cool. So the question here is, do I play this? I think I do.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes.
So he's going that route, right? So in this case,
Must we fight?
we honestly just do this, right?
Our light grows brighter.
Yeah, it works for me. Cool.
Brothers.
That was a little bit of a preemptive Braum wave. Hopefully I draw something I can play. Owl is a very nice. I think, do I care for Doombeast or Owl? I actually think I prefer the Owl here over the Doombeast. Yeah, heals again, sure. This guy's got a whole lot of draw in his deck, damn. Cool.
I cannot turn back. Face your heritage.
And that's leveled up Nocturne, which we've already had die. I already knew he was going to do something like that. It's to be expected. Oh no, Otterpuss. Jeez, man. It's insane how much stuff like these decks can generate. It's just like endless cards, but okay. Well, what do you got? Okay, he buffed it. 6. Matter.
Moonlight guide me.
Cool. That is pretty good, man. Hopefully he doesn't have like another spell. He does not. Alright. Well, sucks to be you, buddy. And then we'll play her. Just to have a blocker in case of some sort of random cheese. Alright. I think we're in a good spot here. I think. Okay. Jesus Christ. More generate random cards. My favorite. Love it. I really need my Harrowing at this point. We should have it soon, right? Like, we're almost halfway through our deck. She's likely going to kill this with whatever he generated. Yeah, like 100%, of course. If I were to Vengeance this, hypothetically, that saves Diana. I think that's worth it. I really think that's worth it. I just don't really want to give him more card generation that if I don't have to, right?
We go.
Cool. So, yeah, he can put that at 5. Cool. Or at 4, sorry. He can attack with it. I'll block. I'll gladly block that. And now I can swing in. Ooh, mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Great, that works for me. Let's see what he's got. Does he have a kill for Diana? He might.
No more lies.
He definitely does. I think that's what he top decked. He most likely top decked the kill. He did not. Wonderful. Okay, Hungry Owl Cat, sure. Just gonna put that on it. I don't really see the point of putting that on it. Like, that's honestly like a shit play. He could just have 2 elusives and do, you know, diversify his threats. That's okay. Sure. Alright, let's get some stuff. Doombeast seems pretty good, but so does this. Probably go Doombeast, honestly. I think Doombeast is the way to go. And we'll just start slowly draining him out. I will, however, hold on to my second ephemeral Doombeast. Okay, Fizz does nothing. Really, we just want to put the pressure on him. So, no matter what I draw here, I should be able to play it. That's pretty good. I think that means I play it on this. And we do this. What you got, friend? Oh my god. So freaking annoying, man. I hate shit like this. This is so frustrating to play against. Okay. Solid 2-drop with not the worst stats ever that can also just generate you value. Like so. See you later, Diana. It was nice playing with you. Thing is, though, he has to block everything here. And dead Diana. Yeah, like, obviously, right?
Listen.
Well, nonetheless, we full swing. He gets 1 good block here. He still has to trade the rest of his board down. And he's literally dead the second I get Harrowing. So, this is the only block he gets that's any good. Killing Fizz is a big deal. I mean, honestly, I would put more stock in Fizz than this card. Yeah, this card generates some stuff, but Fizz is pretty impossible to deal with. I'm not going to play Skitterer. I'll just pass. This will let me attack in. Cool. Ah, that's a good card. Alright, we got Skitty. Skitty boy. Alright, just, you know, draw your whole deck. Is he at 17? I mean, he's drawn only 1 more card than I have. This is a tough call. I mean, realistically, I just attack in and take my damage. Right? Like, Bastion? Or Spell Shield? Sure. That's fine. I think in this case, then I'm going to do this. Okay, so, yeah, he still has stuff, I guess, technically. But this is going to give me 2 blockers. I'm not going to play it yet. He's going to play out his whole hand, naturally. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, I guess I can take. I really want that Harrowing game. Come on. Alright, it doesn't matter. Okay, 6 damage. It's not a big deal. God, game, just give me the Harrowing. Please. Please, man.
Yep.
Alright, Fizz, not a big deal.
Wanna see a treat?
He obviously can't protect Fizz. I don't play Owlcat. There's no reason to. I'm looking for the Harrowing to close this out. Still no Harrowing. Feels bad. Oh! Okay, this is so absolutely frustrating. Like, it's the most tilting shit ever, but whatever. God, this guy just endless cards. It's so annoying. 14 to 16. He's only drawn 2 more cards than I have, but he's played like 20 more cards than me. Oh my god. And now he's gonna get like a big unit. Fuck. That's a 9 drop? Thank you. Just don't die this turn. Gosh. Okay, this guy thinks it's game over. I'm just gonna... That's 10-13. Okay. 15. Cool, puts me at 2. Alright, oh my god, I can't wait to wave at this guy. I'm gonna hit him with a cry. Cries. Don't you fucking do it to me. Okay, he doesn't happen. Cool. So that's 3 Pokesticks. He's already played 3. Bye. Oh, I love it, dude. Nice emotes. Get wrecked. Yep. Wait, my Nocturne's leveled, right? He fucking better be, Jesus. Oh, jeez. What a game, man. What was that, 3 in the bottom 15? That's absolutely brutal. Alright, well, what's up now, bro? Where's your waves at? Where's those emotes? Where's those emotes, huh? Oh, that's so unfortunate. This card's like -20, dude. You didn't realize that card was like -20? This guy thought it was -2. It was -20, man. Oh, Pale Cascade? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Does it go to 0 yet? Nope, it's still at 0. Sorry. Bye. See you later, emote spam. Okay, we got him. Yay. Jesus, that game was so obnoxious. I hate those decks. Those decks are so frustrating to play against. They're just endless value. Every card he draws is like more cards. Ooh, I'm thinking this is Pirate Aggro. I actually haven't really played against Pirate Aggro, to be honest, so I'm not sure how I'm going to fare against it. I kind of want to keep Fading Memories here. This is a weird one. I'll keep one of them. I don't know if that's the right call. Okay, this looks much better, actually. This is a good hand. I should be able to deal with his stuff.
No one's the wiser.
Wonderful.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
So,
Everything's in
he
the
attacks.
blink.
Sounds good. I'm going to pass on 2. Because I do want to play Diana. So I'm just going to quick pass like this. Make it look like I have nothing. By doing it super fast, it'll look like it auto-passed to him.
Hello,
Perfect.
friend.
Means I could just copy Isla instead. But I actually think I want to play Diana. I think I'd rather play Diana, and I'm going to use Diana to kill the 1-2 since I can use the Vile Feast to kill Isla. So it just makes a lot more sense to me. Interesting. Actually think this is the play.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
Huge. That works for me. He can't attack now, right? So I've halted his attack. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Ooh, a Nocturne. But I can't play Nocturne, so we'll just start with this. Now, even if he chooses to Noxie and Fervor, it's not a big deal. If he goes with a TF gold card, I'll actually just Nightfall, or I'll Pale this
Remember
thing.
the objectives.
That works for me,
The
actually.
few
That's
for the
good.
many.
That's good. That's good for me. Now, probably go Doombeast. No. It's so tough. That's such a tough call. I think this is better.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you.
Diana's
from
at 2 or
our
3?
foes.
She's at 2. So this lets me kill this and then attack with this, and I'll just keep these back. Against an aggressive deck like this, I don't think...
For the Empire.
Oh. Well then, if that's what he's
glory
gonna
of
do.
Noxus.
Alright, so if that's his plan, then I'll actually pull this card instead.
Face your heretic.
This makes more sense to me. He might have MF here. Maybe. See what he does.
Got something for him?
Sure. How do I do this? So if I do this... I mean, I don't really care about that card all that much, do I? I do it like this. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. I want to see if he does something. Like, I would like to use Glimpse to trigger Pale, but I'm okay just waiting. It's not really a big deal. Like, I don't really care too much about that. Now, the question here is, do I want to play... Like, I want to play Nocturne. Nocturne's at 3. I'm down to pass and see what he does. I might just go Pale into Doombeast and not get the draw, which sucks, but it's fine. Alternatively, I could just play Nocturne, like naked Nocturne into Pale. It's really going to be up to what my opponent does here.
My patience.
Like,
wanes.
naked Nocturne into Pale is probably better. Especially since Nocturne levels next turn. So we'll do this. I suspect he might actually go for a Fervor on my Nocturne now, which will make the Pale even better. So I'm really hoping he goes for Pale, or for... Oh, he didn't. Okay. Doesn't really matter. I think I hold. I hold. That's fine. Not exactly what I wanted to see, but I'll take it. Because I do want to trigger Diana.
Deal me in.
That's what I expected him to do. That is unfortunate. But honestly, it's okay. Not really a big deal.
Cloaked in silver light. Night descends.
Do I care? I honestly don't care about TF. I think this card is more dangerous, and I think I don't attack with that, because Nocturne levels with just these two. So this is the smarter play.
They will all scream as one.
And I do have the Vengeance for if he ever does get a Gangplank out. I don't want to kill TF because he's not drawing 9 cards in this deck. Like, there's no way. And if I kill his TF, that just lets him activate the on-play effect of TF again, and that's not smart. If he does kill anything, I have Glimpse Beyond. Like, I think I'm in a pretty good spot here. This is a good card to draw. I also can block his TF with my, this thingy. Shade Lady. Shade Stalker. And realistically, I am down to trade my board.
The ocean charts our course.
Sure, that doesn't really matter a whole lot.
The promise of a new moon upon you, Bloom Tender.
Yep, see ya. Yeah, I mean, if you can't kill Nocturne and he's leveled on the board, that's a wrap, bro. Cool. GG, easy game. Okay, so we are facing, aggro. Let us see what we got here. So, I think Vile Feast is actually really good in this matchup, and Nocturne will help, because Nocturne's going to allow us to taunt or grab his Rumble, which I think is going to be very useful. I'll likely try to go. Oh, that's a good card. So I'm going to pressure to level up Nocturne. I'm down to trade with whatever he wants to play here. I'm happy to just play the Owl and then just attack. This is going to put my Nocturne at 3. That's so good for me. I don't think there's much of a difference between 3 and 4 for Nocturne at the moment, so I'm just going to take this. Like, if my opponent wants to go for some sort of kill, I just have Vile Feast, or with Glimpse Beyond to stop it. Not really too concerned. I also have the Nocturne for the Rumble following turn. I think we're looking okay. Well, you want to Mystic Shot this or what, person? Alright, so nothing coming out there. That's cool. Happy to see it. I don't think there's a reason to play anything. Honestly, I think I just pass. Like, I could technically trigger Nightfall on this card if I wanted to, like, Vile Feast. Shade, I could also play a Skitterer. I just don't think there's a reason to play any of this stuff. My best course of action is to just see what my opponent does. I'm already at 3 for my Nocturne. If I can get my Nocturne to 5 on my next attack token, I'm pretty much in business. That means we hit Harrowing and it's over. Person, what are you doing? Okay, cool. Oh, that was a non-discard. Sure. I'm fine with this. That means they want to play their Rumble, and they don't want Rumble to, they don't have a lot of stuff to discard. That's how that's my read on the situation. They don't have good discards, and they want to play Rumble. Yeah. Yep. Totally what I expected. So I pass. Let them attack with Rumble. Sure. Might. Mystic Shot. Yeah, it kind of really doesn't matter either way. It's not so much about the card draw as it is activating this bad boy right here. Cool. Then I'll probably just play the Skitterer. I think that's the way to go. Go Skitterer here. Then we can attack with the Nocturne, and we can even follow it up with a Vile Feast. So what we can do in combat is we can Vile Feast once Nocturne flips in combat to further reduce the damage that he's able to stop. Right, so I can set his Rumble to 3 essentially in combat. That's annoying. It's probably a get excited on this card. Yeah, that's what I expected. I actually think I do this. His Rumble hasn't actually done anything yet. So it means we can't really level.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Yeah, I think this is still fine. We obviously can't level our Nocturne right now, but it's not a big deal. Pass. It's more important that we get ourselves a Harrowing now that we've lost our Nocturne. I'm not too concerned with his Rumble. Especially since he has like no cards in hand. He's got 2 random mystery cards, and I don't think any of them are Might. The only one that could be Might is this one. We'll have to see. My opponent has no cards in hand. Their Sion's not close. The Rumble hasn't even started. I think we're fine.
Their scent travels on the night air. Mother Moon, veil me.
Sure.
You leave me no recourse.
How many do I need to trigger? I think it's okay like this. No. Yeah, I think this is fine, actually. I think this will do.
We will be free.
Alright. Now, I'm going to play the... Maybe not. I'm going to hold. I don't think I'm going to play this. I'll hold. The reason I want to hold is because if I draw Harrowing, which I didn't, so that sucks. But I can technically copy that card. What's the best card for me to copy? 2, 4, 6. So copying one of these is legit. So we'll do this.
Invisible to the ignorant.
And the plan here is obviously to slap down the old Diana and kill his Rumble with it.
Moonlight. They tried to blind me with resplendence, but they could not break me.
And I find it very unlikely that my opponent will be able to kill my Diana, especially since I have this old Pale Cascade here. Do this.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes. For truth. Face your heretic.
Cool. Alright, now we've leveled Nocturne. Likely going to kill our opponent's Rumble. Alright, see you later, opponent's Rumble. He might have another one. Certainly possible that our opponent has another Rumble. Although, it doesn't really matter. At this point in the game, all we need to do is draw Harrowing. We draw Harrowing and the game ends. So, as long as we don't die until we draw Harrowing, we should be okay. There is the crappy part of potential Sion. I think I pass. I don't think I need to worry about any of this stuff. He should have discarded something. He could have got double impact on Rumble. Alright, that's a good card. Probably go Stalking Shadows into Pale Cascade. See what we can get from Stalking. Alright, Poon Baboon. This is a good card. And I will actually play the Ephemeral one here. This is going to let us stay somewhat healthy, which is good. It's good to be healthy. Sure. Draw 2, no biggie. Doesn't really matter.
Need a light?
Rumble. Okay, so what are we dealing with here? What are we dealing with? That's a good draw. That's a good grab. I don't know about that grab. That seems questionable. Grab this. Like, you always grab this. I don't even know why you would consider this. So, we have this. Puts us at 12. Like, we have opponent dead with these two, so we don't really want to take any unnecessary damage. I mean, technically we could do this. I think this is just the best course of action. I have 2 Doombeasts. I only need one of these to survive, honestly.
Must we fight?
So this works best. Yep, this works best. Right, because if I get just one of these in, that means I can play Doombeast, copy Doombeast, and he's dead. So, let's see what opponents got going on. Might. Okay, cool. That puts me at 9. Sure. Puts me at 5, technically. Do I like 5? I don't mind 5. 5's okay. Doesn't really matter, quite honestly. The Doombeast. Myself healthy. Stalking Shadows could be good, but I think I just attack, honestly. If They can't block this. Alright, game over. See ya! Got him, yeah! One turn too late, Sion. I'm sorry. Did they re-nerf? Oh no, they didn't fully revert Sion. They like met in the middle.
I'll bring the cars. And I'll bring the carnage.
Okay, so I didn't actually hit what I wanted, but it's fine. Okay, so I need 3 mana. So I kind of want to tilt my opponent here. Make it look like I just drew that. I don't know, sometimes I like being BM, okay? Sometimes I just like being BM. My opponent might have thought I just top decked that. That could be super tilting for them. Who knows? Mind games. Anyways, yeah, we got him. GG. Ah, the old Ezreal. Okay, so I don't know how we're going to fare in this matchup. I actually think that if we can manage... I actually probably want to keep all of these. If we can manage to get our combo off, we win, obviously. That's pretty much the name of the game. I just think that it's going to be hard because he's going to be all removal. Like, this guy's whole deck is just removal. The problem that presents is getting to attack, right? Like, our deck's biggest weakness is our inability to actually get attacks off. So we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, okay. Love it. We are off to a fantastic start. We actually got to attack. Just need to do that a couple more times.
Of course I'm ready. The Sun Children deny our light. Fear not death.
Oh shit. This might have been a misplay. We'll see. That might have been a misplay because he could technically have oh god.
Mother Moon guide
Not
me.
what I want, but I'll take it.
Witness perfection, meatbags.
Okay, so that puts Nocturne at 4, which means Nocturne is basically leveled. So he's playing aggro, right? Like he's playing a straight up aggro deck, which is fine. Is that a flock? Mystic Shot, cool. Love to see it. I'm happy to see Mystic Shot there. It really doesn't bother me at all.
Can you improve perfection?
Stalking
I have my
Shadows.
orders.
I kind of want to play Nocturne, honestly, but I won't quite yet. Doombeast is a very good draw.
Mother Moon veil me.
Cool. I can play Nocturne next turn, and that'll let me put a ton of pressure on.
Hide no longer. Must we fight?
Better run!
Alright. Nocturne's going to be really strong here.
Safety, disengage.
It's going to basically make it so that he can't block any of my shit. Not that he probably would want to, but he just can't. The double Doombeast is also going to give me the... Oh my goodness. Diana could be really good. Nah, Nocturne. Nocturne's going to make this really good, I think. Kills Nocturne. Get excited. Shock Blast. Sure. Like, my opponent is playing just straight up cheesy burn. Which is okay. I think I actually might win this race. He has to block, right? He doesn't block. Oh my goodness. I think that's insane for him not to block, quite honestly. I don't know what his last cards are, but having these two Doombeasts is going to be huge. That's a 4 HP swing.
Prime and ready.
Alright, a Reggie. Good old Reginald.
If it's a people problem, I'm your man.
I do think I want to start getting Diana, or Doombeasts out. So we're going to just do that. We'll do that right now. We'll get some Doombeasts rolling here. Probably this one. The non-ephemeral one, I think, is the better play. So that's probably going to have to slow him down, right? Like, I don't see... And then we're going to 7, which lets me play Nocturne plus the ephemeral Doombeast. for some GG shenanigans.
Safety disengaged. Is my domain. Embrace the darkness.
So, yeah, we got Pale Cascade to potentially protect and the Doombeast. I think we win. Honestly, don't see my opponent doing too much here. He's got 10 mana. Can he kill me with 10 mana? What would that look like? No, he can't, right? He's going to be doing on average 1 damage per 1 mana, and I have 11 health, so it looks like he can't kill me. I don't think there's any exceptions to that. Like, best case scenario, he could have 10 damage in hand. There's no card that deals face damage at a better rate than 1 mana to 1 damage, meaning basically fucked.
Cloaked in silver light.
My Harrowing, dude, nice. Cool, and we grab this because this is the only card that can block. Now he can't block with anything, he just dies. Got him. And if he somehow manages to not die, we hit him with the Doombeast at the end. Yeah, so he's going to start casting all of his shit now. Now this is like, oh no, desperation. Or he'll show me that he had me at 1 HP. That's something else that he might do. He might just be like, look, I had 10 damage, but you had 11 health. I'd be very surprised if he gets out of this. And even if he does, he's going to be in a very bad state. He has to kill me on his next attack, because then I'll just play Harrowing and win regardless. So he's pretty bad position.
I'm waiting.
Come on, dude. What you going to do? Got him. Alright, GG. Yay. Suck on that, opponent. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it. I actually really like this deck, and I think with a very small buff, it can be absolutely out of control. It's kind of being slept on at the moment, which is the sort of thing that will tend to get buffed. People might see, or Riot might see that Nocturne isn't really being played, and they're going to just be like, yeah, maybe if we buff him. And if they give him one buff, this deck will be out of control. It already feels very strong. So, I got a couple requests from a viewer, and they left a comment. They said they want to see Viego, and they want to see a Mulligan guide. Mulligan guide is a lot harder to do, so I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. Mulliganing is usually pretty deck specific, and it requires a ton of game knowledge to execute properly. I will go over an explanation of mulliganing, but in terms of mulligans, it's kind of like, it's a hard thing to make a guide on because, as I said, it's going to be deck specific, matchup specific, and it's going to require a ton of game knowledge. And if you're a newer or inexperienced player, it's going to be hard for you to mulligan properly, right? Because you just don't have that same experience and knowledge. Viego, I know people love Viego. Everyone loves Viego. I'm not the biggest Viego fan. He's cool. I like the card. So I'm going to make a Viego deck. My next deck will be a Viego deck, and I'll go over like a pretty detailed guide with that. Have a happy Mother's Day. Make sure you call your mothers and you tell them that you love them and, you know, thank them for putting up with your shit. That out of the way. Have yourselves a wonderful day. T-Dot out.